Show brought to you by the great folks at Hydrate Heroes. Go to tryhydrateheroes.com. Get your free 3-sample pack. Get all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. 5 calories per serving. All the electrolytes, great stuff like amla fruit and other things in there that will help out your body get hydrated and feel great. It's tryhydrateheroes.com. Get your free 3-pack. All right, without further ado, let's bring in the man of the hour. He is, he is absolutely one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the game. And as far as I'm concerned, in 2020, he was given the WWE Hall of Fame Warrior Award for his philanthropic duties here in Tampa, Florida. He was also given the incredible honor of having a school named after him. He is a wrestling champion. He is a tag team champion and one of the greatest dudes and most inspirational stories you will ever meet. He is the great Titus O'Neil. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Congratulations on so many awards, but now I think a very, very special one as the Sports Club of Tampa Bay welcomes you into their Hall of Fame, and a guy that has done so much good for so many in Tampa, Florida, and Tampa Bay. This is your home. This is your Hall of Fame, and damn it, you deserve to be in it. And now you are. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm extremely honored and excited actually about the evening that's ahead of us in 2 weeks. It's being able to go in with a man who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, coached me at the University of Florida, Steve Spurrier.
Yep.
Unretired his number so I can wear his number 11. He is the epitome of what I feel like college football is really all about. He believed in doing things the right way, but he also believed in winning. And that was my number one reason for choosing the University of Florida, on top of the fact that I leave there with a high-quality education. And it was great. It is great to be a Florida Gator, and it's great to be going into the Hall of Fame with Coach Spurrier, as well as Bruce Arians as well.
Yeah.
Man, that came here to Tampa with a mission to help bring us a Super Bowl. And was one of the first, I guess, notches in the belt for us to be able to proclaim ourselves as Tampa Bay. Obviously, with the Lightning following up with back-to-back championships, that also, propelled us into sports dynasty land, if we must say.
Yeah, and, never been done before.
And so definitely a very special class to be a part of, and looking forward to the event and being there amongst great people from the Tampa Bay area that I get a chance to call friends, partners, and in some cases, family.
Yeah. Should we call you Thaddeus or Titus for this interview? I don't know where to go with that.
You gotta call him Titus.
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want to call me. I'll answer the phone.
Superstar. We'll call you Superstar. Yeah. I talked about this in the open because I've heard you speak so many times, and you've been very candid about what was a very, very difficult upbringing. And I just think in these days of where everybody's crying victim this and victim that, you are such a shining example of being able to overcome the biggest of odds and become the biggest of superstars in wrestling and in life as a human being and a philanthropist. That story is so inspirational. How much of that do you want to share for this evening that we're going to in a couple of weeks? And how important is that to get that message out to so many, especially kids these days?
Well, I'll never negate the importance of someone's trauma and being addressed.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that are victims of a lot of things. Some of those things I experienced as a kid, and some of them I did not. Obviously being a product of a sexual assault and my mother having me at a very young age of 12 years old, my life started off behind the 8-ball, just like a lot of other people have. But to say that, I truly believe in it takes a village to raise a child, and I had one hell of a village, man. Whether it's at the Boys and Girls Club, the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch, people pouring into me from multiple facets and backgrounds of life. and they were all great people. Some of those were Republicans, some of those were Democrats, some of those were Christians, some of those were Muslims, some of those believe in that they were atheists, and it never, it never shaped the way I think about people and about life in general. I think people are people, and you're not going to agree on any and everything, but one thing I think we all can agree on is that you should be a great human being. And my whole life, I've been surrounded by some really horrible human beings at some points, and then some really good ones at some points. And still to this day, you talk about, folks and how they utilize social media to kind of be divisive. And, they some people do have have a victim mentality. And some people are in situations where they don't have good people around them or good situations around them, and they truly are victims.
And they need to be helped. And that's why your message of unity is so important. I can't stress that. I don't mean to interrupt you, but your message of unity has been one that just really resonates with me. And I hear you can continue on that theme and why it's so important to you.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Well, it's live television, so that's what you get here.
So. We can't. You think you're muted?
Yeah,
we can't hear you. We can't hear you, partner.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe just come back in, go out, and then come back in again, and we'll restart.
Yeah, we can see you. I'll text them. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Yeah. Let me try this and then try this. No, it's not working. So that's on his end. It's not on ours. So,
all right.
All right. Just tell him to come back in, and we'll go ahead and we guess the sound. I don't know what it is. So,
all right. Let's we'll do that.
We'll do that. We'll come back here. Great stuff there by Titus. Looking forward to asking more questions because I got a chance to talk to him at the Jake Paul press conference. And let's see if we can get him in here. Stand by. Again, let's see if he's on.
Are you back? Can we hear you? Can you hear us? Nope, I don't think so. Can't hear us?
No. I can hear you. I can hear, just fine. I just can't hear him. Okay.
We see you. Let's take a quick break. Let's take him out, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back. I'll give him a call and see if we can't get him back in. Quick break. We'll return with Thaddeus Bullard, Titus O'Neil right after this. Stay with us. Are you looking to be more productive and healthier? Do you know chronic dehydration affects your overall health and well-being? 75% of the U.S. population suffers from dehydration, and many of us don't even know it. That was me before I was introduced to Hydrate Heroes. 8 times the benefits with hydration. A beverage with benefits more than just hydration. That's right, 8 times the benefits with hydration. Hydrate Heroes provides a refreshing, great-tasting beverage powder to mix with water, providing elderberry, zinc, vitamin D, electrolytes, amla fruit, which provides a great source of vitamin C, along with a proprietary mushroom blend that has shown to help increase endurance and energy at the cellular level. Hydrate Heroes is so confident you're going to love the taste and the results. They are offering our listeners a special offer, a free 3-pack sample, no credit card needed. Just go to the jppetersonshow.com, the jppetersonshow.com, and click on Hydrate Heroes logo. Hydrate for health today with Hydrate Heroes. JP here for the Gaddis Gordon Real Estate Group and our good friend Jane Gaddis. Folks, simply put, there is nobody like Jane. Jane is a former LPGA 2-time major championship winner. She was also vice president of talent relations at WWE. She also has a law degree from Stetson. So if Jane can drain a 10-footer to win the U.S. Open and stare down Hulk Hogan in the boardroom, you want Jane on your real estate team to not only negotiate the best deal, but find you the perfect home or investment property. And when you work with the Gaddis Gordon Group, you become part of the real estate family and get concierge services that include expertly staging, marketing, and preparing your home for sale. Advice on golf properties. Hey, you might even get some golf tips. Many of their clients become friends long after the sale or purchase is completed. It's all part of the deal. So if you're looking for that perfect home or investment property or trying to get top dollar for your home, go with Jane Geddes and the Geddes Gordon Group, because there's nobody like Jane. Call 813-485-6808 or go to geddesgordon.kw.com. That's GEDDES Gordon.kw.com or call 813-485-6808. We are back. Let's see if we can get Titus. Are you back, my friend?
I believe so.
Yes. Good.
Good.
Good. There you go. We got you. All right.
Yep.
I want to
Sorry
start out here because we talked at the Jake Paul press conference about your Florida Gators. Where do you see this team going this year? Are you all on board with the coach there, with Billy Napier? Is it do or die for him this year, in your opinion? I mean, where do you see your program going at this point?
Well, I do think our program is going in the right direction. I don't know if it's going in the direction that everybody will want it to go as quick as everyone will want it to go. But I need people to understand also, too, Florida State just had probably the best season that they've had in several years. And, you know, they were calling for Mike Norvell's head, too, at Florida State.
Exactly.
And so, you know, those guys have been working extremely hard, bringing in very good recruiting classes, working really hard in the transfer portal. But at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to metrics and wins and losses. I'm not one to determine anybody's fate as to whether or not they will retain their job or not retain their job, but winning always heals a lot of wounds. And I believe that people may be pleasantly surprised with how the Gators do this year. I'm not even going to act as if I didn't look at that schedule and say, holy crap, you know.
It's brutal.
We're in for a wild ride. But I do think that they have some great pieces there, and my prayer is that they do get it together, because I do think Billy Napier is probably one of the best human beings I've ever met. I do love the way that his philosophy. He's a very consistent coach in regards to how he is as a person. What you see is what you get. And I've seen him manage people, you know, and that's one of the great skills of any head coach, is being able to manage people. And you don't see a lot of off the field issues going on up there at the University of Florida right now. So when you look at all the positives as opposed to the negatives, I think that the positives outweigh the negatives in a great deal. But at the end of the day, it is about winning football games. That's what he's hired to do. Put us in position to not only go to bowl games, but win bowl games, as well as continue to reach this Gator standard that was reached years ago, starting with Coach Spurrier and then continued with Urban Meyer. And, you know, as we all feel at the University of Florida, you should be able to win here. If you can win at Georgia and you can win at Florida State, you can win at Alabama, you should be able to win at the University of Florida too. And so that is something that should be expected, and I think is expected by a majority of the Gator Nation. And I know that it's expected of the coaches as well. They wouldn't put in the hours that they put in. And do. I've seen when people have kind of thrown in the towel and given up, and I have not in one way, shape, or form seen that with Coach Napier and his staff.
Well, that's one hell of an endorsement for Coach Napier, and I agree with you. I've said this on my show many times. You guys, the Gators would be nuts to get rid of him, and this year, it may be a 4 or 5 win season. If they make that mistake, they will regret it. I'm telling you, he is recruiting his ass off. This portal class that he just brought in, outstanding. And he's got a young player there that you might know pretty well too, right? Your son is now a Florida Gator, right? How cool is that?
Yeah, my son and my nephew, Miles Graham, who started in January.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Ernest's son. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm moving my son actually into his dorm next Monday.
How cool is that?
So,
how cool is that as a dad? Come on.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, I got one at UCF, and then my other one will be at Florida, and they both will be playing against each other. So that's I wouldn't say it's a house divided. It's you know, my degree is from the University of Florida, but I do have lots of love for UCF. I think Terry Maher, I have so much respect for him as an athletic director, and Gus Malzahn. as a head coach, and my son is happy there, and they're doing things the right way as well. So
Yeah.
you can't, as a parent, I can't be more prouder of either one of my sons. And then my daughter is going to college this summer to play at Oakland University. So I'll be an
Nice.
empty nester. Empty nester. All
Oh,
my kids are Division I athletes,
how about that?
and so I'm definitely a proud father.
Titus, talk about WrestleMania 40. A lot of great success there, social media records broken. And I also want to know, can you put in to get WrestleMania here in Tampa? In, because it should be a permanent spot. And then on top of that,
You need a roof.
Yeah, how exciting is it to work with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson there, the final boss?
I mean, obviously, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the final boss, brings a lot of excitement in any project that he ever is a part of.
Yeah.
Wrestling is in his veins, it's in his blood. It's what got him, the opportunity to do all the amazing things that he's doing, and to see him back not only as an on-screen talent, but also as one of a member of the board of directors, and helping Nick Khan and Paul Levesque, Triple H, in making this transition from one stage of an era of wrestling into the true Paul Levesque area, where you could definitely see his fingerprints kind of all over everything. You see the NXT talent that have been brought up over the last couple of years, some that were released that brought back, and it's just this. It's this kind of resurgence of energy, not just because Dwayne is present, but just because the locker room is different. The business is different. And a lot of that has to do with the leadership of Nick Khan and Paul Levesque, but there's definitely no question that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who now owns his name, The Rock, is probably the biggest, succession move ever. But it's, in regards to getting WrestleMania back here in Tampa, Rob Higgins and Claire Lessinger and that team,
Great job.
with Team Tampa Bay, they work hard to bring events here. They worked hard to get Royal Rumble here, which was a huge success for the company as well, huge success for the Tampa Bay area. And I would not doubt that Tampa would be in the running for another Big Four, whether it's the SummerSlam or other. But now, we got some stiff competition.
Yep.
Because the foreign crowds have clearly cemented their space and place in opportunity to receive one of the Big Four pay-per-views.
Ooh, they're going overseas?
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean, we had WWE Backlash over in France, and it was truly one of the most electric crowds. And then you think back to in the fall of last year, we had a pay-per-view in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and that place was amazing. Two just passionate crowds that don't get WWE in their regions all the time like we do in the States. And so while I love the fact that we can sell out stadiums in the U.S., I definitely am interested to see how we do. I know how we will do. We will do excellent overseas, and I know that London has made their play for WrestleMania.
Wow.
Saudi Arabia has made their play for.
They got a little
one
bit
of
of
the
money.
Big Four. Yeah. So, and we'll be in Saudi Arabia in a week now from now.
Yep.
With King of the Ring. And so there's no question that this is, especially with the merger of TKO and UFC now with Endeavor, we just have a bigger global platform and presence. So we have to abide by that, in regards to doing that. But there's no question that Tampa is a special place for our company. It's a special place for the history of wrestling in general. And I could foresee us having something brought back here, whether it be Survivor Series, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or any other pay-per-view that we may have, because it's a special place for wrestling and for our talent.
You talk about the history of wrestling, of course. You have Dusty Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is able to finish the story. First, what did you think of that whole storyline versus the Bloodline? And then talk about Cody Rhodes and, his ascension to the top of the wrestling world.
Yeah, I mean, Cody, not only a good friend, I learned a lot when I was wrestling with him prior to him leaving and going to another promotion. Did some really fun backstage segments when he was Stardust, and had the opportunity. And I know for him at that time, he had the same mentality that his dad had when they put his dad in polka dots, which was, I'm gonna make this as amazing as I possibly can. And he wasn't happy with a lot of stuff going on at that time, and he gambled on himself. And when you fast forward it now to him being our champion, our top champion, and seeing the route that he had to take to get there, and who he had to go through to get there to where he is right now.
Cool.
It's amazing. And so the tears that not only myself and other people probably shed that night were definitely tears of joy. When you look at the entire makeup of how the buildup happened, and kind of the pivot in regards to now we got, instead of having Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Roman Reigns headlining WrestleMania, it's Cody Rhodes fighting for his life to finish the story and taking an ass whooping all the way up until it was time for him to be crowned champion. And that night in Chicago, where Rock, beat him up all the way backstage and in the cold rain.
Amazing.
Just cinema at its finest.
Yeah.
And to see it all wrap around and having his mother there and his family there and his wife there, and seeing that moment where everybody that had something to do with his past and his present be in the ring and celebrate with him was definitely a beautiful moment for wrestling in general. And I feel like it'll go down as one of the greatest stories to ever be finished at one of our WrestleManias. And WrestleMania 40 was special because of that story, amongst other things. But that story definitely was the great capper of the event.
Boy, you just encapsulated that pretty damn well yourself right there. That was pure poetry right there, my friend. Thaddeus Bullard, the global ambassador of WWE, joining us here. And you just described your kids and what they have accomplished, and what you have accomplished as a family in a tremendous way. And you've got a Father's Day event coming up that we need to talk about and promote. Tell us a little bit about that and how all the dads can get involved. Because once again, this is an area where we all can be a lot better. And I love your leadership in this area. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Mother's Day has been kicking our ass for years, And
let's go. Let's go, guys.
It's time for a celebration like none other. And we're gonna take this moment on Father's Day this year. It's gonna be at the amphitheater. Go from 9:01 to 2:01. We'll have like a pregame celebration where it's gonna be like a tailgate type situation with food and fun and bounce houses and interactive games for dads to participate. All the families, I would love for them to join and come out. It's not just for dads and their kids, it's for the entire family. We'll kick off the event with a parade of dads. So basically all the families will be ushered into their seats in the amphitheater. And then I have like 5 high school bands that will play in all the dads to a rounding rouse of applause.
Love this.
to all their families. I want them to have bullhorns and cowbells and all kinds of stuff. And then we'll kick it off obviously with Sonia Bryson singing the national anthem.
Nice.
Then also opening prayer, and then we'll release the dads to go sit with their families, and then we'll have a hell of a program that's with entertainment. We'll highlight 3 fatherhood stories in the Tampa Bay area. One being a military veteran that lost the ability to have kids, so he adopted.
Nice.
And so we'll tell that story. We'll tell a story about a young couple that have 2 kids. One has Down syndrome, so they'll talk about the challenges and having a kid with special needs, etc. And then I have a family that I'm going to highlight, a father that I'm going to highlight that has 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son that were homeless at one point and sleeping in the car with his kids. And so he talks about that journey, etc., and how he got help through an organization called Echo, and then obviously our great partners at Metropolitan Ministries.
Yes.
But we got some crazy surprises for some dads also too. We're gonna do some home makeovers while some dads are like gone away for a couple of days. City Furniture has partnered with me on this venture, and we'll provide them new furniture and like redo their. We got with the designers and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And then there's a kid that has a very special place in my heart here that lost his dad recently, and we're gonna surprise him with the ability to go to college for free. So it'll
What
be
a day!
yeah,
What a day!
it's gonna be a day full of tears and surprises and love and laughter. But at the end of the day, it's gonna not just celebrate the importance of fathers and male mentors, but also family.
Yes.
And I never grew up with my biological father, but I had male mentors that served as father figures to me. And
Me too. Me too.
and so just really driving home that like dads are important. We may not always get the restaurant reservations and flowers
That's
and
okay.
all that stuff.
But we're important.
But we are important. Men are important. And family is important, and sometimes that family looks a lot different than what it should or what it's supposed to. Sometimes that family is through adoption. Sometimes that family is through adoption and relationships. But the importance of it is what I think is one of the reasons why our country is in the position that it's in.
I agree.
Because we don't have a strong family unit or a family
Totally
mindset.
agree. Totally agree.
And so when we talk about unity, Tampa Bay to me is family. The whole area of Tampa Bay is family, and we do come together in times of need. But we also we don't allow a lot of BS to come into our infrastructure of what we got going on here. Of course, traffic has gotten a lot worse because we got a lot of people from California and New York.
They all want to come here now.
Yeah. But even they adapt
to,
and the businesses that come, they adapt to the way of life here in Tampa. They give back. They understand that you can't just come here and just take. You do need to give back.
Absolutely.
And make this community continue to be the great community it is to live in, to grow in, and to raise a family in. And my family has been very fortunate enough to reap the rewards of living in an area like Tampa Bay. Your family has as well.
Yeah.
And so we need to continue to do things that bring people together in a way in which politics doesn't matter. Like, you can't politicize fatherhood, the importance of it. You can't politicize the importance of family.
Agreed.
And it doesn't matter what religious beliefs you have or whether you're lesbian or gay or straight.
Damn right.
Family is family. And we just need to, on this day, on June 16th of this year, it's the first time it's ever been done. It won't be the last time, but I want to come out with a bang. That place can hold 20,000. If I can get 15, I'm happy.
We're going to fill it. We're gonna fill it. At least we're gonna do everything we can. How can people get involved, and how can we vote for you for president? Will you run, please? Can you please run for president?
Well, president and any political office, whether it's mayor,
you'd win 90%.
And I would not run. I can assure you, I will not run. I have zero desire to be a political figure in any sense, way, shape, or form. But people can go to BullardFamilyFoundation.org to register. It's a free event, but you must be registered. BullardFamilyFoundation.org. And anyone that wants to support it in any way can also reach out through the foundation website as well. You can always make a donation. Again, I try to make all of my events free because I don't want to prevent anyone that probably should be at the event from coming to the event because they don't have the money to bring their entire family. And this is a family event. It's the same way with the Back to School Bash that I do the following month. I don't charge anything for people to come to that. I just want people to have the opportunity to come together and be joined together without the pressures of worrying about whether or not they can afford to be there. And also too, I'm doing it as a ticketed event, so you don't have to just show up with your family then wonder where you're going to sit. That's why it's very important for them to go on the website. I'm working through Ticketmaster to make sure that people have actual seats, so you don't have to be like, hey, you mind if I sit over by my grandkid, or
Get them
things
now.
like that. Yeah. So get online and go to bulletfamilyfoundation.org, click on the link, and the last part of the registration is to get your tickets. And like I said, I want to fill this place up with a ton of people. And this drum line, all the drum lines are going to make a financial contribution to the band programs, because band programs are always looking to raise money and funds.
Love it. Yes.
But this will also hopefully help bring their families out, to the event as well. So,
let's fill it up. And I'm going to encourage people. I know you won't, but I'm going to encourage people to make that donation. You're getting free tickets. It's going to be well worth it. So act like you're paying for something that's going to be the best day of your life, dads. And if you don't have something to do on Father's Day, even if you do, make this a priority. Make this I mean, what better way to do it, man? This is awesome. I really appreciate you doing it. When you first told me about it, I was like, you're damn right. We need a Father's Day thing. You're so right. Mother's Day's been kicking our ass forever. So listen, Titus, Thaddeus, I love you, man. And you and Ernest Grant are some of my favorite people on this planet. I mean, you guys might make me a Gator fan.
All right. That's how much it's never too late. I always tell people it's never too late, bro. You might have made the wrong decision years ago, but it's never too late. It's like coming to Christ, brother. It's like giving your life to Christ.
Go. There you go. Go Gators.
There you go. Right over there. There you go. You already got the right pattern and everything.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I love you, Titus. Titus Worldwide. Worldwide.
You're the best, man. You're the best. Thanks, and when I need to get. We're gonna put a promo spot on this show every day leading up to the event, so we're gonna try to promote it as much as we can. And again, congratulations on your induction into the Tampa Sports Club Hall of Fame. I can't wait for that night. That's coming up June 5th. Get your tickets for that as well. That's going to be a great night. You and Coach Spurrier together again.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you also, I'm releasing my book Father's Day weekend, Wrestling with Fatherhood, my championship journey to my greatest title ever, Dad. So it actually is available now for pre-order on Amazon. But Wrestling with Fatherhood is the title. And
can't wait to read that.
Yeah, so it'll be awesome too.
No, well, you're the best, man. You're the best, man. And we need leaders like you. Whether you run for political office or not, you could probably get a lot more done doing what you're doing. Yeah. But we need leaders like you, man, in this country in the worst way. And I appreciate you stepping up in every way that you do it. You are the absolute best, man. And I love you. I appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you for all these events. It's going to be great. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Have an awesome week.
All right. You too. You're the best.
Yes,
go Gators.
Go Gators. There you go. You're learning. You're a quick learner.
I got you.
Right.
I got you.
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Titus O'Neil, Thaddeus Bullard right there. Wow. What a dude, man.
Yes.
What a dude. Peter, I know you're not a dad, but show up anyway. Get your tickets. Come on out. It's going to be fun. You can honor your dad,
Absolutely. Well, why not do a live show there? Could we do a live show there? Would you be willing to do a live show there? I mean, throw the camera in there, throw the lights.
Let's go.